decades, there have been reports of a spirit named Jessie haunting the Franklin house in Streetsville. We featured the bar on the premiere episode of Ghosts of Mississauga and immediately began hearing more and more of your stories of paranormal activity. So we brought psychic Bettee Giles to the Franklin house to see if we could get to the bottom of the haunting. Bettee, welcome to Ghosts of Mississauga. Now, there's something that our viewers should know in the interest of disclosure. You and I have known each other for a long, long time.
Yes.
And the reason that I chose you specifically to come to this location is I have seen you do some remarkable things. I have seen you do readings that are bang on with complete strangers. And I know they're complete strangers because I chose them myself.
Right, Sabina.
I want to know, how do you get your information?
Well, it just comes to me when I get around people. Sometimes I feel like if I could go on holiday and not to talk to anybody the whole week, but towards the end of the week I might bump into somebody and feel like I have to pass it on. You just can't keep me quiet then. So it's kind of good when I'm quiet because it just comes naturally. A higher power, you know, God, whatever, it just comes to me. That's what I feel.
Have you always had this?
Always. Even as a little child, I would pick up spirits. We moved a lot. I would know when we moved to the new house, whether I liked it or not. There'd be a negative entity in my bedroom. I remember that as a child. And I was so glad when we moved because I kept picking up this evil man. I saw him over my bed. He came in the form of a flame. And a couple of days later, we were all hanging around and we looked out the window and a total stranger tried to pick up my little sister, who was 4 years young. Older brothers and sisters all ran up and just chased him down the road in his car. But you know, this was the warning signs that I get. The spirit came to me that obviously was someone that had already been kidnapped or taken advantage of.
It's important to note that I did give Bettee basic information about the history of the building and Jessie prior to our walkabout. I did this to allow Bettee time to meditate and make contact with the spirit before appearing on camera. So once again, I put Bettee's skills to the test in the hot spot at the Franklin house.
Wow. Well, I better stop and do my little blessing here because I'm picking up so many spirits. Wow, there's such a sad energy here right now. I'm picking up this, actually more than one female is coming out strong. Oh. And the one that's very strong is Jessie. She's kind of pushing me to turn around and look at something, but I'm going to go to the bottom and come back up again. Maybe do another little native blessing here. All the positive energy, and so many of my native friends have told me that, Bettee, when you're around any kind of spirits, always bless the area with salt. Always protect yourself. So that's my salt. I'm okay.
So Bettee, do you feel the name Jessie is in fact accurate?
Jessie is extremely accurate. I feel her very strong. Her spirit, her entity is staring at me right now. But at the top of the stairs there's a little girl, a little blonde-haired girl, and she's a happy spirit. Like they're very, the little ones I seem to pick up are happier. They're a lot happier. But she's connected to Jessie. Yeah. And wow, Jessie has a very strong mark around her neck. I don't know if I agree with the hanging, but she does have some bruising and some strong marks. That was how she did pass away.
So it might have been a strangulation?
Strangulation comes out stronger. That's what she's telling me, is a strangulation.
So she was murdered. It wasn't a suicide?
It wasn't a suicide, no. But I think it was just a chance person. I don't feel any special connection. I don't feel like a lover's burned or anything like that. I just feel like it was just something that happened. It just came out really strong. A person that obviously was in an area, and he had a military background. His spirit is not around because he did this crime. I don't feel him coming back. It's like he knows he doesn't have permission to come here. Because actually I feel a wonderful blessing and a wonderful positive vibe when I walk into the Franklin house. It feels really positive. So he would not be here.
Yes.
But she's a protective spirit. She's very happy. She's happy now. Well, obviously she wasn't happy then.
Yes.
And the little girl, she either knew of her or they hang out together as spirits. But this little, she's telling me her name is Emily. Emily comes through really strong. They make a good team. There's a lot of good protective healing energy that comes through in this residence. Well, I'm picking up a loss more towards 1899.
1899.
In the 1800s, just before the turn of the century.
Yes.
The little girl, she was 1910. Wow, this spirit is pushing me along. She's, yes, yes, tell them the whole story. Tell them about that passerby, that soldier that was in this area. I don't know what he was doing here, but obviously he'd made some advances towards her. And she
rebuked them, maybe?
Exactly, exactly.
Do we know how old Jessie was?
Jessie was 26.
So a little bit, for its time period, a little bit older.
Yes, yes. She looked about 18, 19, and I don't think she agreed to being that age. She'd say, no, no, tell them I was 18, 19. Right?
Really?
18 or 19 comes out real strong. Wow. I feel her so strong, it's like, it's taking everything out of me.
Really?
Wow.
Coming up on Ghosts of Mississauga is the spirit of Benjamin Franklin returning to the home he built in 1855. And why do the ghosts at the Franklin house refuse to cross over to the other side?
They won't even open their mind to that option. They're not going to cross over.